Have you ever been invited to a family celebration, only to realize you were never actually a guest? You were the wallet. That's exactly what happened to me. My parents, my brother, his wife, my cousins, even relatives I hadn't seen in years, ordered everything on the menu like money didn't exist. When the check arrived, everyone suddenly became very interested in their phones. Then my mother smiled and said, "Well, you're doing the best financially. You can get this one." They expected me to pay over $5,000. What they didn't expect was what happened next. Introduction, 045. I'm 31 years old and work as a software engineer. I've been careful with money ever since college. While my friends were buying luxury cars and expensive vacations, I invested, saved, and built a stable life. My family always joked that I was the rich one. The funny thing? I wasn't rich. I was just responsible. But in their minds, saving money meant I had endless cash available whenever they wanted something. Over the years I had paid for birthdays, helped with emergency repairs, covered vacations, even loaned money that mysteriously was never mentioned again. Every time I said no, I became the selfish one. The invitation, 2 o'clock. One afternoon my mom called. "Your grandfather's turning 80. We're taking him to the nicest steakhouse in town. You have to come." I happily agreed. Grandpa deserved a great celebration. A few days later I arrived at the restaurant. It wasn't just immediate family. There were nearly 20 people. Everyone greeted me like a celebrity. Now I understand why. The dinner, 3 o'clock. The waiter barely had time to write. People ordered premium steaks, fresh lobster, imported wine, seafood towers, expensive appetizers, desserts before dinner was even finished. One cousin actually ordered 2 different entrees because she couldn't decide. Nobody looked at prices. I quietly ordered a simple steak and water. My brother laughed. "Come on, live a little." I smiled. "I already am." Everyone laughed. But something felt strange. Every few minutes someone would look toward me, then whisper to another relative. I couldn't figure out why. The bill, 4:30. Nearly 3 hours later. The waiter returned carrying a leather check holder. He placed it directly in front of me. Not in the center of the table. Not beside Grandpa. Right in front of me. I didn't touch it. My mom cleared her throat. "So, we figured since you're the most successful, you take care of dinner." The entire table went silent. My aunt added, "It's a gift for Grandpa." My cousin smiled. "And family helps family." I opened the check. $5,218.47. I honestly thought it had to be a mistake. It wasn't. The argument, 5:40. I looked around the table. Nobody reached for a wallet. Nobody offered to split it. They had planned this before I even arrived. I calmly asked, "Who decided I was paying?" Silence. Finally my brother shrugged. "We all assumed you'd want to." I never said that. Mom frowned. "Don't embarrass us." I almost laughed. I was embarrassing them. After they secretly planned to spend thousands of my dollars. I pushed the bill back toward the center of the table. "I'll pay for Grandpa. And only Grandpa." The meltdown, 6:50. Everything exploded. My aunt called me greedy. My cousin accused me of ruining the birthday. My brother rolled his eyes. "It's only money." I looked straight at him. "If it's only money, you can pay." Silence. Grandpa quietly watched everything. Then something happened I never expected. He stood up. The twist, 7:40. Grandpa looked around the table. I raised all of you better than this. Nobody spoke. Then he pointed at me. He came here to celebrate. You came here to use him. You could hear forks dropping. Grandpa continued. When I invited everyone, I specifically told your mother this was not to become his responsibility. My mom's face turned white. Grandpa knew. The entire time. The ending, 8:30. I quietly paid only for my meal. And Grandpa's. Around $200. Then I hugged him goodbye. Before leaving he whispered. I'm proud of you. The rest of the family spent nearly an hour arguing over who owed what. Apparently people who order lobster suddenly become experts at splitting bills. For weeks they called me selfish. Ungrateful. Cheap. I ignored every message. 3 months later. Guess who stopped inviting me to expensive dinners? Everyone. And honestly, that saved me far more than $5,000. Sometimes saying no costs you fake relationships. But it protects the real one you have with yourself. Outro. So, was I wrong for refusing to pay for a dinner I never agreed to cover? Or was my family trying to take advantage of me from the very beginning? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you've ever had a family member expect you to pay for everything, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next story.